man's been bitten by deadly snakes nearly 200 times. Now, his bizarre secret to survival. Rick Maisel is facing his darkest fears, shackling himself inside a washing machine. Now he'll only have seconds to escape.
I did almost drown the first couple of times.
This gentle giant was 7'10" by age 15. The world watched, unaware he was growing to death.
Robert is not a freak.
He dreams about catastrophes before they happen. Now his psychic vision is helping save others.
I'm glad that it happens to me.
And the ultimate test of mind over matter. Can the human body support the weight of a car? Or will a bed of nails shred this daredevil?
Whoa, whoa, get it off, Mike, get it off.
Unbelievable? Believe it. On Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Welcome to the Ripley warehouse. Take a look at this. This is boomslang venom. A boomslang is an incredibly poisonous snake found in Africa. And you may wonder how venom from a deadly snake like that gets into a little vial like this. Well, that's the tough part. Being bitten by a venomous snake is one of the most frightening experiences a person can go through. In most cases, it's a death sentence. Yet this 88-year-old man has been bitten an astounding 168 times by poisonous serpents. But to Bill Haast, that just goes with the territory of being a snake milker.
Look at that.
Bill is one of only a handful of people in the world brave enough to wrestle the deadly venom out of poisonous snakes. He's been collecting this lethal fluid since the mid-1940s when he founded the Miami Serpentarium.
The idea of pioneering that step was to produce venom for venom research, produce venom under laboratory conditions.
In fact, Bill is the leading producer of the liquid used to make life-saving anti-venom vaccines for snakebite victims. Victims like Bud Seitz. 5 years ago, while riding his bike in the Arizona desert, Bud got too close to an angry rattlesnake.
Well, the snake, it wasn't real long, but it was a short, fat, greenish color rattlesnake. So some thought that it may have been a Mojave, which is very deadly. By the time we got to the hospital, the pain was overwhelming. And I'm laying on the gurney, thrashing about. I've gone into shock, and at this point, I'm beginning to wonder if I'm going to die.
Within minutes after being bitten, Bud's life was slowly draining away.
Bud was in critical condition. His systolic blood pressure was 70, his heart rate was 140, his skin was pale, and he was sweating. He was anxious and asked, "Doc, am I going to die?"
Dr. Frank Walter injected Bud with vial after vial of Bill Haast's anti-venom vaccine.
He got a total of 50 vials.
Soon after, Bud was out of the woods.
His development of the anti-venom is the only reason why I'm here today. It's the only reason I saw my 25th wedding anniversary. It's the only reason I've seen my daughter graduate from college.
But the question remains, how can Bill Haast still be alive after 168 snake bites? The answer lies in a radical experiment he began more than 50 years ago.
It was September the 18th, 1948. I decided to inject myself with cobra venom.
This was his own stab at immunizing himself against the bites that he knew he'd get.
The director of the Staten Island Zoo said he wouldn't give me a nickel for surviving 2 years. That's a long time ago.
Soon Bill's theory was put to the test.
I was bitten by a Cape cobra about a year after, so I didn't do a thing. And it was a good fight. And I not only recovered, never showed any symptoms. So it was pretty good proof that it worked.
In fact, Bill's experiment has kept him alive, despite bites that would have killed most everyone else.
There's a mamba bite, western diamondback, I was in and out of consciousness, cobra bite, which put me in a respirator for a couple of days. Oh, saw-scaled viper. Then there were king cobra bites, and it affected my nervous system. There was a beaded lizard bite, which was serious. In 1954, I was bitten by a crate. My heart stopped for a short period. I got bitten in the back of the hand. It's still kind of stiff. And that must have been about 3 months ago.
After 55 years of getting bitten, Bill remains fearless.
I don't think anybody can do this as routinely as I have done and still am doing if there was any fear in it.
And thanks to his bravery, people like Bud Seitz have been given a new lease on life.
Every time something big in my life happens, I think of Bill Haas.
This is why Bill, with the help of his wife Nancy, continues to hand milk the world's deadliest snakes.
He does it because the need is there. People need that venom.
As long as I have the use of my hands and can still see and think, I think I'll keep it up.
Bill's blood is so immune to snake bites, it has been used in 21 transfusions to save other bite victims. Now, psychologists say that the best way to get over your fears is to face them. Now, that may mean riding in elevators or getting on airplanes, but chaining your arms and legs together and squeezing inside a running washing machine?
There are a lot of things you can call Rick Maisel. Disciplined.
I need to actually work out up to 6 days a week.
Devoted. And definitely dedicated. But one thing you can't call him is dirty. When this 41-year-old native of Albuquerque, New Mexico washes his clothes, he's likely to hop into the washing machine himself. You see, Rick Maisel is the cleanest escape artist in the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, the washing machine escape.
I'm the only person in the world to survive being inserted into a commercial washing machine with soap and water without serious injury or death.
And he does it with his arms and legs chained.
These are some of the 30 pounds of handcuffs and leg irons that I wear inside the washing machine.
Think he's crazy to do this? He claims it made him saner.
I used to be afraid of heights. I used to be claustrophobic. I used to have fears of water, have a major fear of death, and now I have no fears.
Rick's mother says her son wasn't a daredevil as a young child.
He was more on the quiet side and the conservative side.
But a family trip to Disneyland when he was 7 spun Rick in a new direction.
I ended up buying a magic set there, and I brought that back to Albuquerque and found out that there was a junior magicians club for kids 8 to 18.
A group of older magicians took Rick under their wing. He started performing professionally when he was 8 years old, and by 10, he was advertising in the Yellow Pages. He soon became so good at magic, he decided to make it his career. Rick's first stunt was hanging under a hot air balloon. It was a success, but he still needed something to do indoors that would be equally exciting. Then inspiration struck.
And I had seen people actually from the 1950s on some black and white video footage that would get into dryers and they'd wear helmets. And something inside me just kind of said, well, boy, that would really be something if somebody was to get in a washing machine.
That somebody turned out to be Rick himself. But to make it even more challenging, Rick does it after having his hands and feet shackled.
I'm going to be wearing 5 pairs of handcuffs, 2 pairs of leg irons.
This is truly a death-defying stunt. I did almost drown the first couple of times. I have to survive a machine that's full of soap and water. It's actually forcing the water and soap into my nose and mouth 135 times a minute. I also have to escape from the handcuffs and the restraints, and I also have to escape before it goes into the deadly spin cycle. There's no way that any human being could survive more than maybe 3 seconds in the spin cycle. Again, we're talking 72 G-forces, 450 RPMs. It would literally extract my insides.
Got it? All right?
It's time for Rick to squeeze himself into the washing machine. An amazing feat in itself. In just a few moments, he'll be sealed inside. No one should ever attempt this at home.
I got another breath. Let's see, the lights are taking up a little bit of room in here. You let everybody see the restraints are still on here. Let me get one last breath. 3-second countdown, start it up. Ready? Okay.
The door is shut, the machine is turned on, and the clock starts to tick down from 40 seconds. Rick is completely immersed in water as he frantically tries to free his hands and feet from the handcuffs and leg irons. If he runs out of breath and is in risk of drowning, he'll pound on the washer door to warn the crew. Nearly 30 seconds into it, Rick appears to be struggling. He knocks on the door, but it apparently goes unnoticed. With just 2 seconds left on the clock, Rick clearly wants out. As the door is flung open, Rick drops onto the ground. Exhausted, but with both hands and both feet unbound.
I would like to tell everybody that nobody should ever attempt to try to overcome their fears this particular way, because again, I'm the only person to survive without serious injury or death.
There you go.
Up next, the amazing but incredibly short life of the world's tallest man.
Robert was almost 9 feet tall. You're going to do a triple take.
Plus, this abstract artwork sells for thousands. And it's all the creation of a 7-year-old kid. Also, he's famous for resisting pain. But is this torture king about to meet his match?
He's going to be sandwiched between a vehicle and a bed of nails.
It's Man Against Machine on Ripley's Believe It or Not. You're watching Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Now this is a tall order. His name was Robert Wadlow, and he stood 8 feet 11 inches tall, which is almost 2 feet taller than Shaquille O'Neal. His life story was a strange and a sad one, about a man who did everything he could to keep a low profile, even though he had a very high perspective.
From the time Robert Wadlow was born in 1918 in the small town of Alton, Illinois, he was growing and growing quickly. By the time he was 5, he was already taller than his grandmother and was wearing clothes big enough to fit a young adult. When he was 8, he stood 6 feet 2 inches tall and weighed a whopping 195 pounds. At 13, he began appearing in newsreels billed as the world's largest Boy Scout. No wonder, it took 14 yards of material for his uniform to fit over his 7 foot 4 inch frame. Dr. Joseph Paoni in Alton has examined Robert's medical records many times.
Mr. Wadlow grew at tremendous rates through grade school and high school and was really a giant man. In 3rd grade, he was over 6 feet tall. And as a matter of fact, this is his 3rd grade desk that they made specially for him. By high school graduation, he was over 8 feet tall.
Robert would keep growing until 1940, when he officially became the tallest man in modern history. His eventual height, an astounding 8 feet 11 inches. A rare pituitary disorder made him a human time bomb. As he grew, so did the strain on his body. Mary Warmack, curator of a museum dedicated to Robert, says he attracted constant, unwanted attention no matter where he went.
Well, you know, if you see a 7 foot tall person walking down the sidewalk, you're going to do a double take. Robert was almost 9 feet tall. You're going to do a triple take.
He was truly a colossal man, a giant man. This was well recorded in all his medical records. His hands and feet were enormous.
And that made his wardrobe exorbitantly expensive. His size 37 AA shoes cost a small fortune, $100 a pair, and that was during the Depression. Gene Crivello was one of Robert's childhood friends.
His hands were just tremendous, and when you'd shake hands with him, your hand would be enveloped in his. It's just hard to describe the feeling that you have when you meet someone like that.
Robert always remained polite despite the constant gawking, and, as you can hear in this excerpt from a rare radio interview he gave to Robert Ripley, he also had a sense of humor about his size.
Believe it or not. Tonight I'm going to try to top you. I'm going to show you the biggest human being that ever walked the earth, Robert Wadlow.
Thank you, Mr. Ripley.
Robert, Tell me, do you mind people staring at you when you're out, walking out on the street?
Oh, no, I just overlook them.
Robert quickly became a public figure. Here he is with the governor of New York, Al Smith.
Can I take a picture of you, Governor?
Certainly, I'd be glad to have you taken.
Thank you.
You're all right.
However, not all of his interactions with the public were pleasant.
There was a newspaper columnist that wrote a story about Robert, and he referred to Robert as a freak. So he hired a lawyer right away. And they contacted this columnist, and he said, we're going to sue you, and all we want is an apology. Robert is not a freak.
Back home in Alton seemed to be the only place Robert could blend in with the crowd.
All the boys that he used to bum with just loved him. We'd put together a basketball team. Well, Robert would stand at the hoop, and we'd throw him the ball, and he'd just simply drop it in.
Unfortunately, as Robert continued to grow, his bones weakened and he was forced to wear leg braces. In fact, his unstoppable growth eventually led to his sudden death at the age of 22.
He was walking in a 4th of July parade in Michigan, and a brace on his leg caused an ulcer in his foot to form, and that became badly infected. He lingered for several days in Michigan with high fever and then succumbed.
40,000 people attended Robert Wadlow's funeral. It took 12 pallbearers to lower his casket. And now, even 60 years after his death, he is still remembered as the Gentle Giant.
If Robert were born today, he would probably live a normal life, because now there is medication to treat this pituitary disorder. This is a replica of Manet's painting called Olympia. This piece of art is made entirely from pieces of toast, burnt one at a time inside a specially designed horizontal toaster to get just the right shade. Now that's one kind of strange art. In this next story, it isn't the art, but rather the artist that's unbelievable.
They're full of action, they're full of life. There's always, whatever you look at, there's always something happening on the picture.
Meet the hot new artist everyone is raving about. No, these aren't the artist's kids. This one is the artist, 7-year-old Georgie Pachepsov.
I started painting when I was 3 years old.
His mother says his first paintings were nothing out of the ordinary.
They looked very simple. Car, animals, and different kind of insects.
But they quickly evolved into highly detailed works of art that were in such demand, Georgie needed an art dealer to handle the business.
Started off in magic marker way back when, and now he works in acrylics on paper.
His paintings are not only being snapped up, they're going for up to $11,000 a piece. And there's a 20-month waiting list.
Actually, 194 people have signed up on the waiting list. 40-some people have gotten their paintings, and before that waiting list started, we had 66 people buy the original group of paintings.
The gallery also sells prints of Georgie's work, which sell for up to $450. Georgie gets half of every sale, which his mother places in a trust for him.
Well, his college is paid for, I'm sure. What's in the future? I guess that's why everybody's buying paintings now, because he's probably just going to go on to get better and better.
I want my paintings to say how the world's beautiful. You see that picture? Well, those people are in the paper world.
Paper world is another name for Georgie's incredible imagination. A fountain of creativity that defies his young age. Art critics say Georgie's paintings express a rare and genuine talent that will only improve as he gets older.
I truly believe with the right handling and promotion, this young kid could be one of the best upcoming artists of the 21st century.
You kind of wonder how a 7-year-old could have such a breadth of experience and be able to express it so beautifully.
When I close my eyes, I see what to draw. I don't close my eyes, I just think.
For any art connoisseurs who think this might be a hoax, Georgie does his work in public, here at the Discovery Galleries in North Bethesda, Maryland. It's where the pint-sized painter's work is primarily sold.
People has to be understand that Georgie really does this.
He came in with a painting called Children on the Roof, and I said, Georgie, how did you do this wall so evenly? And Georgie said, I traced my blocks. He took out a pencil and a paintbrush, started painting, started drawing, and then painted it in, and I realized Georgie was the real McCoy.
This overnight success doesn't seem to have affected this Pee-wee Picasso or his family life.
I like Picasso because his work's messy.
It's just fun to go to the art store and to buy supplies like that, and it's just fun to me. Good.
And it's something this kid intends to do for a long time.
I want to be a painter forever because I like painting.
While other people are collecting Georgie's art, he spends his free time collecting dead bugs. We'll be right back.
Next, air disasters, terrorist bombings. One ordinary man's extraordinary ability to foresee disaster. Plus, a bizarre home paved in gold, the world's skinniest house, and a mansion made from a missile silo.
And there was a launch panel right about here.
Also, they call her the smartest dog on Earth. Still to come on Ripley's Believe It or Not. Amazing stories and unbelievable people. Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Welcome back. Can anyone see the future? Are premonitions something that we should take seriously? Well, when it comes to taking things seriously, Scotland Yard has few rivals. And they have come to regard Chris Robinson and his wild visions as a force to be reckoned with.
By all appearances, Chris Robinson is an ordinary man. He lives in Bedfordshire, England, and works as a janitor to support his wife and children. But at night, when Chris goes to sleep, he has the kind of dreams that make him anything but ordinary. All Chris has to do is close his eyes, and his unbelievable visions of the future appear. From plane crashes to terrorist attacks, some of the world's most horrible disasters have played out in Chris's nightmares, long before they ever happened in real life.
I can sit here quite calmly and talk about it all. But I was very frightened in the beginning. I think anybody would have been.
Chris had his first prophetic dream over 10 years ago.
And about 4 o'clock in the morning, I woke from this dream where a soldier in full uniform had taken me in the dream to Cheltenham in Gloucestershire. And he'd taken me in particular to a hotel where 5 terrorists were planning atrocities.
Chris says the dream was so vivid he called the local police, but at first he still didn't know if this was anything more than a nightmare.
And it was about 10 days later exactly that incident was on the news. They had arrested 5 terrorists in the hotel that I dreamt about, and that's spooky.
Now Chris was convinced he possessed unexplainable powers. Convincing police officers of that was another matter.
Here you have this chap living in the middle of nowhere, and he can tell you who's going to be killed, who's going to put bombs and where they're going to put them. And the initial reaction from any policeman is going to be, he has to be involved somewhere. This is a plot, this is a trap, he's going to set us up.
Police were skeptical at first, but as Chris's predictions proved true in case after case, he gained law enforcement's respect, including the legendary Scotland Yard. His amazing predictions were gaining so much notoriety, Officer Alex Hall was assigned to be his full-time liaison with police.
At the time I was told of Chris, he was something of a loose cannon. He'd had some success with predicting certain incidents, major incidents, so I was asked to make contact with him and encourage him to pass all his dreams through me.
Each morning, Chris would write down the details of his dreams, then fax them to Alex.
When I first started dealing with Chris, I made it obvious to him that I didn't have a lot of faith in what he was trying to tell me. And he was adamant that he was going to convince me that he could foretell things.
One of Chris's most startling premonitions was a dream about a plane crash.
And I had no idea with the first dream where this would happen, only I knew it would. 2 or 3 nights later, I had some more dreams which told me that this was going to happen at an air show in Gloucestershire.
That morning, Chris called Alex and left an urgent message about his vision. Then he raced off to the air show.
About 3 or 4 minutes into the display, the 2 planes hit one another. There was a crowd of people around me by now because I told them there's going to be a plane crash. And they all looked up and said, "Good Lord, they can never survive." And I said, "Don't worry, in my dream, they come down in their parachutes." And out of the smoke, by some miracle, we saw 2 pilots, and they escaped unhurt.
Now, even Alex had to admit Chris had an extraordinary gift.
My career as a detective, I've always dealt with facts and hard evidence. I couldn't really come up with an explanation for that.
Several of Chris's terrifying midnight visions have involved terrorists.
About 8 years ago, I had a dream that I was on Bournemouth Pier, and I climbed down a ladder and was standing underneath the pier, and I was looking up at the toilets, and I saw a huge explosion. And I think the following weekend, the IRA planted a dozen or so bombs in Bournemouth, and the only one that went off was on the pier.
In that instance, Chris's remarkable prediction actually helped the police locate several of the bombs before it was too late. Despite the burden of experiencing these haunting images, Chris has come to accept them as a way to help others.
I've never wished it wasn't me. I'm glad that it happens to me because I learn from it.
A man's or woman's home is their castle, and it can also be an expression of who they are. In the strange world of Ripley's, there are some dwellings that are not exactly castles, but they certainly might shed some light on the people who call them home.
The Egyptian pyramids. For centuries, they have attracted crowds from around the globe. But if you can't make it to Egypt, maybe you should head for Wadsworth, Illinois. That's where you'll find one of the most unusual houses around, a 75-foot-high replica of the Great Pyramid of Cheops. Its proud owners are millionaire builder Jim Onan and his wife Linda.
The pyramid here has 5 floors, 9 bathrooms, 7 fireplaces, and 17,000 square feet of floor space.
To keep prying eyes out, a tut-topped fence blocks the public view. But Ripley's was allowed in, where we found a 200-ton Ramses II statue, rows of Sphinx replicas, even a spring-fed moat surrounding the house. Or should we say, museum. Practically a mini Fort Knox, the home is filled with millions of dollars worth of glittering gold. This chariot alone gleams with 472 ounces of gold, and recreations of the Tut dynasty dot the home. Outside, there's a gift shop open 1 day a year, and a replica of King Tut's tomb. While the Onans live in an epic-sized residence, there are others who prefer much smaller quarters. When Laurie Atherton bought her modest first home, she had no idea she was about to move into a world-class curiosity. At just 9 feet wide, the width of 3 stoves placed side by side, this Long Beach, California residence has the distinction of being the skinniest house in the world.
This house was actually built on a lot of land 10 by 50 foot square, which was left over when all the land around it had been sold, and they discovered the mistake.
With door frames only 2 feet wide, the house feels like a playhouse for grown-ups. And there are definitely some drawbacks to living in such a slender space.
None of the other people who have ever lived here have been able to get a dining room in this front room. They've all eaten in the kitchen. I fell in love with it when the real estate agent showed it to me. I said it's just this darling little jewel box, and I've been happy ever since.
here amidst the cornfields of Kansas is living proof that one man's trash can truly be another's treasure.
When I first saw this structure that we're setting in now, it had 8.5 feet of water in it.
Edward Payton's residence is better known as the former home of a 4-megaton nuclear warhead.
So this was the business end of it all. And there was a launch panel right about here.
Edward and his wife Diana could probably use a launch panel of their own just to get around the house.
We have a total altogether, including the second stories that we have built, the lofts and so forth, we have about 18,000 square feet.
All that space, and at a bargain price Edward couldn't refuse, $40,000. When it was originally constructed, American taxpayers shelled out $25 million to build it. In addition to months of redecorating, the Paytons also decided to get rid of all that negative energy that was harder to spot.
We do lots of meditation, drummings, and all kinds of things that we think help refine that heavy energy.
These mood-altering rituals seem to be working.
We see this project very much as a transformational symbol that what was built for a destructive purpose, for war, has now been converted into a very peaceful, pleasant place to live.
Still ahead, the piano-playing poodle who can perform over 500 tricks. And final preparations are in place. Can this daredevil keep from being crushed by a car? It's all ahead on Ripley's Believe It or Not.
We all know that geniuses live among us. Some of them maintain a very low profile, while others might become internet billionaires. However, there might be geniuses living even closer to us than we suspect.
Come on, bring it in. Good, Shanda, good girl, good girl.
Chandelier is billed as the smartest dog in the world. Her owner says she's capable of over 500 tricks. In fact, according to Tom and Sharon Robinson, there's very little their beloved dog can't do. Everything from communicating an injury,
You have a sore paw.
to knocking down bowling pins.
You cheated.
And if that isn't enough, Shanda also helps out around the house.
So in the morning when Shanda gets up, she picks up Tom's socks. I go, Daddy socks. She picks them up and she runs them into the bathroom.
When Sharon got Shanda, her heart was set on finding a special sort of pooch.
Go get the yellow ball, put it in the bucket. And I had it already in my mind I'd like to teach her to do tricks and then take her out and entertain at nursing homes. No, that's barking. A fun trick that I did one day was sneezing and teaching her to bring me a Kleenex when I sneeze. No more treats. Here's a treat.
Now Shanda can learn to do almost anything in just 5 minutes.
Yes, that's right, Shanda. Get going, eh?
She actually does play the song. As long as she hits these red lights, she can play the song.
As long as you can dream up the tricks, I believe that she can learn them.
Sharon puts those tricks to good use.
I use Shanda as an outreach ministry. So Shanda performs at schools, churches, nursing homes, and hospitals.
But Shanda isn't only a versatile performer, she's fast. Ripley's wanted to see just how fast by having Shanda do as many tricks as she can in just 30 seconds.
Give me 5. Give me high 5. Good, Shanda. Pause up. Bring me the ball. Wave like Lassie. Wave. Oh, good girl. Bowling. Show me what a sad puppy looks like. Sad, Shanda. What a good sad puppy. Stand up. Show me why you're sad. You have a sore paw. You poor little thing. Turn around twice on your spot. Good girl. Go and get me a green ball and put it in the bucket. Take a bow.
Shanda may be gifted, but she hasn't let it go to her head. To stay sharp, she knows she has to keep practicing her tricks. And for both canine and trainer, that means working like a dog.
Next, he swallows swords, dances on jagged shards of glass, yet feels no pain. Now, death-defying daredevil Tim Cridland will attempt to support a 2,000-pound car while laying on a bed of nails. Will he survive?
Are you ready? Ease forward.
A daring display of mind over matter when Ripley's returns.
Welcome back. Western civilization has always been fascinated by the Far East. Sometimes that fascination turns into inspiration, sometimes obsession. Pain is in the mind of the beholder, and to some, this man is out of his mind. That's because in a few minutes, a car weighing more than 2,000 pounds is going to drive up on this makeshift ramp and drive over him.
He's essentially going to be sandwiched between a vehicle and a bed of nails. I've taken a look at the bed of nails. Those are some pretty hefty nails.
He wants to demonstrate the incredible power of mind over matter. Meet Tim Cridland, a practitioner of mystical Far Eastern meditation techniques that enhance his ability to withstand intense pain, such as reclining on a bed of nails while people stand on him, lying on broken glass with a pretty woman dancing on his chest, or dancing on the broken glass himself.
I could feel him underneath me. God, it was horrible. And then he had me jump on him while he was laying on the bed of glass, and it was just putrid to thought of what he must be feeling under me while I had to do that.
Tim has been practicing pain-deadening meditation techniques for many years. His interest in these ancient arts began when he was a child.
This was something I read about in a book when I was very young, and I had descriptions of people in India swallowing swords and things like that. And I studied it as much as I could until I started teaching myself how to do this. Jagged start. Does this scare you? It scares me. Does this scare you?
Oh, man. You gotta be crazy.
Although Tim takes precautions, these maneuvers are extremely dangerous.
It's using aspects of the mind to overcome pain and overcome injury. I'm going to try and get each and every bit of my feet.
I don't know how someone can get their mind out of the pain to do that.
Tim is now determined to attempt his greatest feat. He has constructed a wooden car ramp. Lying on a bed of nails, he will allow himself to be run over by a 2,000-pound automobile. There are many risks. The ramp must be perfectly aligned.
Oh.
What was that?
I think it's okay.
What happened? Did something get away?
I just think some shims came out, so we'll have to reinforce
move around, man.
I mean, whatever we need to get it taken care of, you guys, get it taken care of, but it can't do that. That's
all right.
At all. They're not supposed to move at all.
As the final preparations are completed, it's time for Tim to begin his final meditation. The car and the nails are waiting.
He's going to be lying on his back on this thing. With the size of those nails, every vital organ between here and here can be punctured. And that's essentially every vital organ except your brain. If that thing matches him all the way to the bottom of that board, there's really not going to be anything I can do for him.
Yes. Everything is set. The moment of truth has arrived.
Mike, are you ready? Ease forward.
Look good.
Easy. Front tires on.
Real easy.
Okay, easy.
Tamper coming up.
Back tires.
Something is wrong.
Get it off, Mike. Get it off.
All right. Okay, Tim.
Get it off. Come on.
The ramp was aligned improperly, dangerously shifting the weight to one side. Had Tim given the go-ahead, the car would have fallen off, crushing him. While the ramp is reset, Tim prepares to try again.
Ready, Mike?
Can't have anything go wrong.
Come on. Okay, back up, Ben. Come on.
Pull in.
Okay, there. Got it. Okay, here we go, guys. Come on. Okay, this is it, guys. Here it comes.
Slowly, the one-ton car approaches.
Come on. Okay, back up, Ben. Come on, straight. Come on over. Come on. Out of the way, get out of the way. Out of the way, get out of the way. All right, okay, let's get it off him. Come on, get it off him. Back it out. Okay. All right. You okay?
No one can believe what they have just seen. A man has not only been run over by a car, but he has done it on a bed of nails. Considering the pressure that was being exerted on Tim, it's amazing his skin wasn't punctured. Perhaps the power of meditation really can overcome the physical world. We'll be right back. The Ripley collection has some truly bizarre artifacts, like this. Used in the old English countryside, this wrought iron trap was carefully designed to catch a very specific creature. Human being. That's right, this is a man trap, a way of keeping poachers off your property. Fortunately, in the early 1800s, they were finally banned. Not because they were inhumane, no, but because a few aristocrats looking for a lover's lane happened to step in the wrong place at the wrong time. Unbelievable? Believe it.
Those with the guts.
All right, let's do this.
Win the glory. Fear Factor. Back-to-back episodes. Tonight starting at 7. Only on Chiller. Scary Good.
Scare Tactics. Back-to-back episodes. Tomorrow starting at 7. Only on Chiller. Scary Good.
Survived.
Can you survive a horror movie? Coming Friday, July 13th.
Chiller. Scary Good.